Hi there, this is Marisa from Tica Interpreter Training and Translations. I have a video for interpreters or aspiring interpreters today to tell you what sort of job opportunities there are for you out there. Maybe you're in the field and you're not sure if you're in the right specialty, or maybe you're looking into becoming an interpreter and you're wondering what your options are. Well, look no further. I'm going to give you a brief overview of the type of work that's available for you, who's in the field right now, approximately what they're making according to the info I've found, and also give you some advice about what you need to do to make that happen. So stay tuned. I'm going to jump into my presentation, and I hope this information is helpful for you. As promised, I'm here to talk to you about the job opportunities that are awaiting you in your current or future interpreting career. It's always important to know your options, no matter what field you're in. So I wanted to start out by giving you just a brief overview of the general categories that are out there. We have this umbrella of community interpreting that encompasses a ton of different specialties, from medical to education to social services to religion, religious interpreting, that sort of thing. And then we have legal. Legal encompasses a variety of situations as well. It's not just interpreting in the courtroom. You might interpret for depositions, meetings with lawyers. You might work in a team. You might be working solo. There are a lot of opportunities out there in the legal field. Then we have the government. If you want to work for some sort of national security agency or other federal entity, that's always an option. And then we have business. So higher level business, conference interpreting, that's where you'll find your higher level interpreters. So let's get into also what sort of interpreting medium you want to be using. Now, if you're planning on doing video interpreting, over the phone interpreting, remote simultaneous interpreting, those are all options that you can do from your current location. If you're wanting to do more interpreting in person, then that's going to limit your options as far as where you're able to find a job and keep consistent work in your area. So who do we have out there in the workforce right now? Well, we have the majority of interpreters in this category, at least as of 2019, and we know that the world has changed a lot since then, so it'd be interesting to see the recent data. But as far as this company found, the majority of people are working as interpreters in other professional entities or scientific and technical services. And from there, the next largest category is in elementary and secondary schools, followed by hospitals, other schools and institutions, and then colleges. So that gives you an idea of who's out there and who's doing the work right now. And then what do these interpreters make? What are their wages? Of course, if you want to get to the national security or international affairs level, as you can see there, you're talking about six figures. So that is something to aspire to if that's your ultimate goal. Otherwise, you can see that the educational and instructional support, as far as executive services, I would say that the medical interpreters kind of fall in that range as well from what we've seen, anywhere to like 40 to 50,000 or 60,000, depending on the area that you're in. And then you've got a little bit lower, the justice, public order, and then the telecommunications. So I'm not entirely sure what they mean by telecommunications. And also it depends on if you're freelance or if you're staff and what rates you're setting for yourself. So location matters. I wanted to go to this page and show you what I found very interesting about, depending on the region you're in, you will make different amounts of money according to Indeed.com. As you can see here, the average hourly salary in the highest paying cities varies throughout the United States. We have New York, California, Ohio, Arizona, pretty spread out places. And then if you scroll down on this page, which I'll link for you in the description, you can see how much the area that you're working in or want to be working in pays interpreters compared to other areas, compared to the average. So for me, I'm in the Midwest area. I can kind of see how that compares. If you want to be making far above average, your best bet is to work in California or Nevada or some of these smaller states out on the East Coast. And it's good to know which areas are significantly underpaying their interpreters, such as Indiana and Alaska and, Idaho. So that's something to keep in mind if you are an interpreter who is going to be interpreting in person, or your options for relocating are limited and you're in one of these areas. Do some research and find out if that is going to be a significant obstacle for you or not. I'm going to head back to this presentation now. Let's say you want to be a higher level interpreter. I wanted to put some of the colleges that are well known out here for you. Or maybe you're at the middle of your career and you're wondering, do I want to continue? I'm one of those people that wants to push myself, kind of like always looking for that next achievement. So institutions that I've considered in the past have been the Glendon Masters of Conference Interpreting. They're located in Canada. The Middlebury Institute of International Studies out in Monterey, California. The University of Illinois also has a program in Urbana. I stopped by their booth at the last ATA conference. Very lovely people. I think they have several language pairs. And then Western Oregon University also has a program, not necessarily for interpreting, but let's say you're more geared towards educational side. They have a nice 18-month program, actually. So you might want to look into that. That could be an option for you as well. No matter what you do, the more I'm in this industry, the more I realize it's important to grow your skills. I'm putting myself out there trying to join different organizations or conferences, trying to be a mentor and find mentors to help grow the skills that I want and get me the places that I would like to go. Also, you would just need that work experience. I've met a couple people who, when they want that full-time job right away when they start their careers. And a lot of institutions or companies may not offer you a full-time job right away. But if you get your foot in the door, this is just general life advice. If you get your foot in the door and you prove yourself to be a valuable employee and work hard to improve your skills, it's much more likely that you will either move up to a position in that company that you want, or make yourself more marketable to other companies. Also, certifications and testing are really valuable because there's something that you can say, hey, I have these skills. If you're in the healthcare field, CCHI and NBCMI have certification tests you can take. If you want to become a court interpreter, each state does that differently. So you can take and pass the court exams. You can become a federal court certified interpreter and really get yourself up there in the legal rankings. You can take proficiency tests as well. If you're doing interviews and you just want to prove, hey, I am capable of speaking or writing proficiently in these languages at an advanced high or superior level, you can take the ACTFL test. And that's a great way to prove your language proficiency in English and the language that you would like to work in, your working languages. Thank you so much for tuning into this presentation. I'm out there on social media. Feel free to find me and connect with me. Visit my website. I hope you found this video helpful. Please subscribe to find more videos like this in the future. I'll see you next time.